Morning. Let's get into part 2 of our Ramble for Listen to Sun 969 on YouTube.
Yes, indeed. Let's do that.
What's going on? What's happening?
Well, I got the urge to record another one with you here, so let's do that.
I thought you had no urges this week.
I don't have any urges at all. I tell you what. I get the urge to eat sometimes. Is that an urge or is that a necessity? And if we like things like, obviously KFC and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, it depends what you're eating. If you're one of those weird people that are like, food is only fuel, then it's not an urge. If it's because you're like, food is delicious, I'm going to go with it being an urge. Because
sometimes I can't resist it. You walk out the shops in town and all you can smell is KFC.
I don't even, not a fan.
And it just makes me want it more.
See, I'm a sweet, not a savoury.
Are you?
So I could easily say no to
I like a
savoury
sweet
food. One thing that gets me every time is when I go down to Melbourne and I walk through like the shopping centre and they have like the Donut King.
You like that, do you?
Yeah.
I hate that smell.
No, I love it so much better than... And I know everyone will be like, Krispy Kreme.
No, I agree with you.
Donut King.
Look, you're not going to get any argument from me. Krispy Kreme has a bad aftertaste to my mind. That's just my opinion. When I eat it, I always find it yummy at the time, but then afterwards leaves a kind of bitter, sugary taste in my mouth, like an off-sugar taste, and I just don't like it. And I get annoyed too. I've said it many times. When you hop on the plane, why are you bringing back half a dozen Krispy Kremes? You're wasting
it's like a thing. I think, honestly, it's a brand
wasting locker
thing.
space. I can't get my bag in because you've got your Krispy Kremes there.
I think that's fine. Everyone's allowed to have locker...
It's
allowed
selfish. That's what it is.
Yeah, but everyone is allowed to have locker space.
Yeah, why didn't you
don't
just
get
eat them
more.
Why didn't you just eat them before you came? No, because they seem to add them on top of their luggage.
No.
I reckon they do. That's my observation in flying for years.
I've seen so many people, and I fly all the time, multiple times a year down to Melbourne, and people always bring them back from Melbourne and Adelaide, and they just have like their handbag and then their Krispy Kreme bag. Everyone is allowed to have 10 kilos of carry-on.
I reckon that they have the carry-on plus.
And if they do have
the donuts.
What you think they've got 10 kilos of carry-on plus donuts?
Correct.
Oh, never seen it.
I've seen it all the time. That's my belief. My belief is that I've watched them. They put the carry-on up, then they try and put the donuts up there as well.
And they're on their own. They don't have two. There's not two people with them.
Sometimes they do. So they share the donuts amongst the two of them.
So they both are allowed to have 10 kilos then.
Yes, and they both have 10 kilos.
Never
and they have the donuts on top. They sneak them in.
I think that would be the exception, not the rule.
I don't want to see them in the overhead locker. Put your donuts under your chair or eat them. Just eat them at the airport.
No, because people bring them back for here.
What for?
Because they have people they want to share them
I must
with.
admit, I know that one place I do some work for, I won't name names, they have a policy. You go interstate for business and you must bring back Krispy Kremes to share with the whole team.
Krispy Kremes, ugh.
You must share them with the whole team.
They're nice, but they're not that good.
They're not that good.
Do you know what?
To my mind.
Speaking of travelling, I was actually saw something online yesterday, and it's in the travelling sphere. Do you think it's selfish to recline your seat?
Oh, yes.
Same.
Yeah, and they do it within a second of the plane starting.
Cannot stand it.
And they've got to have it put back up for takeoff as well.
Yeah.
So they always get told off. I love that.
When they're like...
Because they're usually ignorant people. Yeah. I just think they're ignorant. This is me. We can be a little bit more opinionated here. They're ignorant people. They're just naive.
Yeah.
No, I don't even think that. I think they don't care. They've got no respect for anyone behind them, especially if you've got, like, we've had kids on our lap, right? And when you have kids on your lap, right, then someone reclines a chair, you've got no room between you and the...
No, absolutely not. I have had before, like, my iPad or whatever sitting on the tray table, and I'm just, like, sitting there kind of watching, half dozing, in a nice little bubble, and all of a sudden the person in front of me reclines their seat and everything, like, the tray table hits me. And
look, all right, let's it's a wonderful expression, this, the elephant in the room. Yes, over the time I've been a little bit bigger, and so I take a little bit more space.
Not the point.
But I still only ever take one seat.
Yeah, and you're allowed to have that space.
But even when the tray table comes down, when you're big, when the tray table comes down and the seat isn't reclined, it's cutting into your gut.
Yeah, right.
Right? And then when someone pushes back on it, there's no way you can even bring the tray table down. You've got to almost eat on your lap.
Yeah.
Right? It's completely selfish. Yes, I know that big people, for whatever reason, medical or because they ate too much or whatever, I understand people have really negative opinions of people who are overweight.
Yeah, you should get all that stuff.
You should lose weight. But
it's not even about that. It's also about height too. I already, when I sit in an airline seat, I already have my knees come up so high that I can't even, when I put my tray table down, my knees like make it sit higher. Like I'm 5'11", and when someone reclines their seat, and I don't recline my seat.
No.
You know, I just think it's so rude.
It sets off a chain reaction like dominoes, because when someone reclines one seat, then you've got to recline yours to make some space for yourself. Then the next person. I don't think they should offer it at all.
No, I think they should lock it.
Lock it. Remove it completely. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's needed. And if you want somewhere more comfortable, go into business class and pay that extra bit of money.
100%.
You know, and I can't afford business class, but I have gone in upgrades many, many times with lots of points that I've used. And I must say too, I love seeing it when you fly in the plane, like to Perth or wherever, and the footballers are on the plane with you, and they try and squeeze into their spot. Like they're usually in economy. They're not. Yeah. You know, only the commentators go business. And, you know, you'll see these footballers on the plane with you. They're 7 foot tall, literally, and they're really struggling to sit in their seat and fit in it. They definitely need those extra legroom seats on the exits. They do that. And I like those too. I've liked those. But look, it's an interesting, but we could talk all day about plane travel. It really is a good topic in itself, isn't it?
It is.
And the behaviour of people on planes. Oh, my goodness. I've seen so much. I used to fly every week. I used to fly to WA every week and back. So I do 6 hours of flying every week. And the things I saw, and look, I even look at myself sometimes and say maybe, you know, especially if I'd had a couple of drinks, you'd lose your filter. So you say things to people when they shove a bag into a case, you might turn around and have a go at them. Like at a pub when you've had a few drinks and someone...
Inhibition's different.
I might bump into someone and they're, mate, and then, you know, that sometimes fights happen that way. You've got to be really careful.
I had a lady not go mad at me, but kind of have a dig at me.
Yeah.
Recently. I think it was last year.
Yeah.
When I was on a flight. And you know what? I was only on this flight. This is kind of dug the... knife in a bit. It was a quick trip down to Melbourne for a weekend. This was last year because my grandfather died. Right. So I went for the funeral. I was like there and back, in like 2 days. Oh. And on the way back, I had, as we have spoken about so many times on our show, it was that time of year I had really bad hay fever.
Oh, yeah.
Like terrible hay fever. And I was fine on the plane, as in before the flight, everything. But then once I'd been on the flight for maybe like half an hour, it was like someone had pollen on their shoes near me. All of a sudden, my eyes were itchy, they were swelling, and I was like, oh God. And I was sneezing. Now, I was sneezing like into my elbow, doing all that kind of stuff. But as we were getting off the plane, she made a comment about, if you're going to get on a plane sick, you should have a mask. Okay, I didn't have a mask on me. It was a real quick 2-day trip, didn't think to even buy one. 2024, it wasn't like the height of COVID. No. And I wasn't sick. Like, do you know what I mean? I didn't get on the plane unwell.
You weren't spreading disease.
Yeah, I didn't get on the plane unwell. It was like mid-flight. I started sneezing. And I just kind of looked at her and I was like, allergies actually.
Well, that's what I've got at the moment. This is also, all allergies. Yeah. So, it's not bacterial in the sense it's going to get to you. I'm not going to spread it round. So why would I wear a mask on a plane?
But she fully had to go.
It's only going to make me feel worse.
Yeah, and she fully had to go and I knew people would be thinking COVID. Yeah. So I was sneezing into the elbow. When I got up to go off the plane, I used like my scarf around my lower face, like trying to make everyone around me comfortable. But I just thought, don't say something to me, I
think COVID has changed our way of doing things, particularly with sanitizer on your hands and masks and things like that. I see people every day now here in town wearing masks. So when they go to the shops, people wear masks everywhere.
I always travel with a mask now. Even that one time, obviously, when the lady said something I didn't. One, as I said, it was like a funeral thing. It was like quick, fly down, go to the funeral, come back. It wasn't a holiday that I had planned, so I didn't even cross my mind.
Doesn't sound like much of a holiday.
No,
really.
no, and so I didn't even. It just it wasn't on my mind to do that, to have a mask. But since then, and even before then, every time I get on a plane, I always have a mask, not just in case I get unwell, but also so that if I'm on the plane and I hear someone coughing up a lung, I can protect myself.
Protect yourself. Look, depends. People with low immunity, I guess, are doing it now. I remember when everyone used to kind of make fun of Asians who were wearing masks. It was one of the things that people did, especially in Melbourne. They always were. This was prior to COVID, of course.
Yeah,
it was a bit of a joke. It's like, oh, look at them. They're walking around Melbourne with a mask on because in their own countries they wear them all the time.
High population.
And now I think you guys are the smart ones.
Yeah, that's it.
If you're wearing a mask, you're the smart ones. If you've got a cold, I love it. They're very respectful. A lot of the Asian people here in town, if they've got a cold, they'll wear a mask so that they don't spread it around.
Mass generalisation on race.
Well, it is, but I'm saying to you, when I look at the shops here in town and someone's crook, people I know personally, I know them personally, when they're crook, they wear a mask to prevent the spread of whatever they've got.
Absolutely, and that's what everyone...
I love that. That's very respectful.
That's what everyone should do.
But it's not just Asian people, it's everybody's doing it now. Like, there's people of all
COVID
backgrounds.
has definitely changed how we do things.
And no one's making fun of people for wearing a mask now. I see older people a lot of the time wearing masks, and they probably need to because of immune system now. So I see them all the time, and they may not be sick. They're just wearing a mask to stay safe.
100%. And I've just received a text message.
Oh, have you?
We're going to wrap up this part of the ramble on this because this goes back to part 1.
Oh.
I just got a text from a friend who'd obviously been listening to part 1 of the ramble.
Oh, I'm glad someone's listening.
Yeah, that said, Loz, you broke your finger. Classic Loz.
Classic Loz. Well, look, you get your finger better and maybe tomorrow you can break something else.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
See how it goes. Catch you tomorrow.